When I say volunteers, for instance, the National Youth Service Corps, they don't force you. You're not conscripted. Most times, corpers offer themselves because they also know that there's an extra pay to be made there. So, but if you understand the responsibility of the, of the service that you're given, perhaps you would say, we will bear with you for now, but let's do this.
But do you understand? If you know, the problem is a Nigerian thing. A situation where you bear for now, and at the end of the day, after the entire process, you are not paid your allowances. We've seen situations where people work for some of these organizations. 3 months after, they are still going back and forth to collect allowances. We've seen pensioners who they would tell, just understand for now, bear with us, and 4 months, 5 months down the line, they are still running helter-skelter to collect allowances.
Mr. Shuma, I think the issue here...
In other climes, sorry, quickly, Suleiman, in other climes, what they do, there is a budget for this thing. As soon as you're employing these people, you pay them their allowances, and then you tell them the work to do. Then those that you are not going to pay, who are going to be volunteers, you employ them, you also put them through the training, and then, to ensure that the work goes smoothly. But the problem we've had, some of us, we've kept quiet for 4 years. It took INEC 4 years to print just this mass stripe card. We even thought it was going to be chip-based. And now we discovered that it's mass stripe. That's why I was saying, look, for everybody, these PVCs to go around, because the problem also, you have a problem in your hand, because at the end of the day, whether people collect PVCs or not, once INEC announced results, the law presumes that the process was okay. And so if you're contesting it, you will be the one that will go to court.
But again, very quickly, I think it will amount to naught if we don't bring up what INEC has said. Just last week, specifically on a Friday, we had a rec for Lagos in the studios, and it did say categorically they do not have money to get more hands. And if that's the issue, like the scenario you painted, we have more crowd, an overwhelming crowd, and just maybe an individual trying to see what he or she could do, it then means that on the 8th wouldn't be a feasible date for a chunk or reasonable amount of people to get their PVC.
If you don't have more hands, if you don't have money to employ more hands, there are so many Nigerians that are ready to volunteer.
Are they rejecting that option?
Because they have not exploited that option, and so you won't even know. Some of us decided on our own to just see how this process can move. And on that day, I said, right there, I was able to co-opt more than 10 people that I know that I can vouch for. And there were so many other people who were still ready.
Sorry, how did you get your suggestion out to INEC? Did you write them an official letter, or you placed a call?
No, what we did on that day, we sent an SMS to the resident electoral commissioner to say this is the problem we have on ground.
And you were ready to volunteer.
And what they did was to, some of these people, what they just do, you sit down in your office or in the comfort of your home and you place a call through. This is the complaint from the feed. And the man there will tell you, no, okay, that's not the problem. What actually is the problem is that we're trying to sort cards. And that's why. Even during the re-registration process, some of us volunteered our money to be buying fuel, to hire generators to power the laptops that they were using. These are volunteers. And so if we can do that, and they know, some of us had to, spend our personal money to fuel police vehicle to come provide securities. And so they know these things.
The first question will be, what's your interest?
No, you see,
because
I'm here now as an opinion molder. And definitely, anytime I appear in places like that, people will ask me questions. Because they will tell you, tomorrow now, channels will invite you to come discuss these things. You need to ensure that we collect our cards. And so what do you do? The only way you can ensure that this thing moves faster is to look at the process and say, look, madam or mister, why don't we do it this way? I live in this area, and so I am seeing the suffering that you are going through and the people. So for this thing to move faster, let's use a different method. And there is a limit to the method we can use because INEC did not authorize us. It is those ones that are on the ground that are just lend us a helping hand. So if we have that authority from INEC to say, look, we are empowering you as volunteers to assist us. If anything happens, we'll hold you responsible because you will need to also verify that you have so-and-so address, we can trace you to a particular place. All of this will be easier. And so with that, you can even say we have volunteers that are ready to distribute these cards, even at the polling unit level.
You do know that volunteerism also poses a problem to INEC because here, there are people who are doing it for altruistic reasons, who believe that society can be a better place, and this is one of the ways we can help. But you also do know that this is the time that political parties are looking to influence as many things as they can.
Do you know you have independent body like NUJ, NMA, MBA, and so many other organizations. If you say, as INEC, we have a challenge, MBA provide us with 50 lawyers that you can vouch for. NMA provide us with 20 doctors that can work, you know, maybe 2 hours every day for us. NUJ provide us with at least 30 credible journalists that would do some of these things. Since we are constrained, do you think these organizations will not respond positively?
All right, give us your perspective before we wrap up on this discussions making the rounds about debate or not.
For me, it's a sad thing that the most popular candidates in our elections hardly show up for debates. In other climes, you discover that debates, apart from the campaigns for me more are like jamborees. And words said in campaigns usually don't sink. I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, and it ends there. But in debates, you have opportunity to, you know, answer the hows. How are you going to do this? And so also you have the opportunity to answer follow-up questions, to ask follow-up questions to some of these other questions. And so that is why you see, and then with the credibility that we attained in our election in 2011, some people felt we should take this debate to the next level. And in 2007 and 2011, we saw the debate organized in Lagos by channels, and it helped a lot of people to make up their mind in as far as the governorship election was concerned then on, you know, the performance of the candidates. But it's unfortunate now that the politicians have politicized this debate. You hear allegations, counter-allegations, oh, it's so one-sided, we are not going to appear. And then, right from 1999, Obasanjo did not show up. 2003, the same thing. 2007, Yar'Adua did not show up. 2011, Goodluck Jonathan did not show up. And now, 2015, the APC is saying their candidate won't show up. So, if they refuse to show up, they would have a precedent to lean on to say, well, others have not showed up, and so we don't see any. Because
no, but some showed up in some debates, not all the debates.
Yes, but you see, some debates that you're talking about. Chamberlain, if you are my friend and you organize a debate for me, it's not a debate that people will take, you know, seriously.
But the people deciding are the people watching.
Yes,
so
the people
no matter
deciding
how
and
you
the people
make
watching,
him
but a
look
situation
soft,
where you have, you know, a group of media houses saying, look, let's organize a debate. Right. Let's come talk to the people. What do you have for the people? I think it's something that should be encouraged, but because our politicians really don't take us seriously. And so also our voting pattern is so sentimental. And that is why they won't take us seriously. That is why they see this debate as, whether I come or not, I will win.
All right, but who knows if there's a surprise in the wait. Thank you for coming on this morning, Deborah Sharma.
My pleasure, practitioner.
We'll be back after the break, yes. So please don't go away.